Hello, it's time for Trial to Track. It's Friday night. Glenn Ingram's going to get back from footy. How are you, great man?
Yeah, good, mate. Enjoying this first quarter of the Bombers-Bulldogs game, so try and get back to it as quick as we can, mate. Over to you.
You've done the work. Yeah, you're pretty keen to rush through this, but we'll give our website a plug, www.thetrialfiles.com.au. Some exciting stuff in the works, mate.
Yes, no, really exciting. I urge anyone who's watching this, it's really going to take off over the next couple of weeks and months. So if you want to get involved and you trust what we do, now's the time to put your hand up.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years, so hopefully we've built up a solid reputation, and thanks to all the people that have followed us and followed the journey and supported us throughout the way. It's much appreciated. So we launched the website. Just finalising a few things, but we'll have a chat group as well, Glenn, in time. WhatsApp group as well, which I look forward to, maybe a couple of WhatsApp groups, and we'll be sending our tips out via email and whatnot as well, Glenn. So, yes, look forward to all that.
Yep, no, it's exciting. We're going to go to Sydney first, aren't we, Tom? You've got 4 bets for us, actually, up there on Saturday.
I do. I know you're quick to. Yeah, you want to hurry up. Rosehill. Rosehill should be a winter good track. Bit of stick in the ground, a bit of give in the ground, but it should be okay. Might be drying a little bit, Glenn. Bro, about 7 metres. I reckon up and in will be advantageous on the day at Rosehill. That's how I've done the form, and a couple of favourites that I've lobbed on get exactly that run, so I'm pretty keen on a few, but a few of them are short, and I don't usually tip a lot of shorties, but I'm pretty confident they'll all run well. We start with race 1, the midway. Again, I don't usually tip in midways, but Diamond Diesel ticks a lot of boxes here, Glenn. He's run really well in 4 consecutive midways. He's yet to miss a place his last 6 runs. He's 4 midways. He's coming off a midway win as well, Glenn. He's won well at Rosehill, run well at Rosehill in the past. I think he's going to be hard to beat. He draws the inside. He maps behind speed, behind the leaders, and I think he's going to be hard to beat. So, pretty keen. Just a small bet because it is a midway, and I don't get carried away in the midways, but a small win bet to kick us off race at 1 at number 3, Diamond Diesel.
All right. I'm not sure if you've got a bet here, but we're going to have a look at race 2 quickly. Is that right?
Yeah, I want to talk about race 2 because Inhibitions is a horse of interest. Trialled really well at Hawkesbury leading in race 2, number 1. I am keen to talk about this race, and I will be betting in this race. I just haven't got a graphic or making it a special because it's a bit of a Tommy 2 play, and I want to see what the market does with Inhibitions and what happened in the first race. But Inhibitions trialled up really nicely. Could be best horse in the race. Again, drawn inside, Glenn. The main danger, I think, is Taramina, who gets the front for Waterhouse Bot, led throughout, won well last start. The 4th horse has come out and won since. I think the form stacks up okay. So I want to back Inhibitions, and I'll save on Taramina, or maybe slight profit on Taramina as well. So maybe just back both of them to win the same amount. So, yeah, that's how I'll be playing. Inhibitions or level stake Inhibitions and Taramina in race 2.
All right, and we quickly switch to race 5, I think it is. Or
yep.
Yes, it is. Brunel.
Yep. Brunel. I've got this horse marked odds on, and you're getting 250 at the moment. I think it's a steal. I think it's a great price. There's no reason. There's actually no negatives about this horse. He leads. Scratching says he gets a really soft lead now after scratchings prior to Saturday morning, obviously, but Leeds should do that comfortably. The track is favouring on speed like I think it might. Looks very, very hard to beat. Brings the best form lines, brings Saturday Metropolitan form into this race. He's got really good ratings behind him as well, Glenn. And Tim Clark, one of the best front-running riders in the country, jumps on. So, rock hard fit, ticks so many boxes. I'm happy to be with him. Best of the day, race 5, number 2, Brunel.
All right, one that's going to be a little bit shorter than that. But you still can play race 9, number 8, Omni-Man from the Waterhouse Bot Stable, who are airborne.
Yeah, speaking of ratings, this horse is rated through the roof last couple. He's absolutely airborne. And you say that Passage Yard has set really fast tempos, but Omni-Man is still run faster than benchmark and faster than average home off fast tempos. So the races he's contested of late have rated through the roof, Glenn. He's going to be very hard to beat. Race 9, number 8, Omni-Man. Now, he's having 3 runs in 2.5 weeks. You'd be concerned slightly if it was any other stable, but Also, fifth jockey in 5 starts for a horse that's been in winning form. You don't see that every day. I think you're getting a price potentially because a lot of people think 1,000 metre, he goes to 1,100 metres now, and they've queried that. But all his distance over, all his runs over further have been on wet tracks. So I think he's a dry tracker. I think the track suits. I think he's going to be very hard to beat again. No reason to jump off. So a few shorties there. I'm pretty bullish. Race 9, number 8, Omni Man to finish us off. You've got a couple at Caulfield, and then we get to Morphettville for one as well, mate.
Yeah, we're going interstate time, which is a little bit risky on my part, but rail out 6 metres at Caulfield. Actually, we'll start at Morphettville. Why not? A horse that's been racing over here in Victoria called Alhambra Lad, and that is race 3, number 2, and it's come up favourite and deservedly so for mine. Very fit horse, Tom. I've seen him a few times in the yard. He's absolutely peaking at the moment, and he's in good form. He's won his past 3 starts. He's now unbeaten at the 2,400 metres. Former Kiwi. He's taken a little while to adjust to whatever Paddy Payne's doing with him in Australia, but it seems to have worked. And 2 starts back, Lockie Overall, who retains the ride on Saturday, went forward on this horse and led all the way. And I can't see any speed on paper, so I assume that is the plan tomorrow in Adelaide. And I think the horse is going to be super hard to beat if he finds the top.
Don't mind it. Race 1, number 8, our Alhambra Lad. Let's get to Caulfield, mate. You want to kick us off with Wolfie in the first?
Yes. Well, amazing. This horse opened so short off a really smart trial, and in the Nick Ryan stable, it's the son of Tavachi. I think we talked about the trial there on the show last week or the week before. The Werribee jump out was terrific. Slow time, but really closed off in good sectionals, and he's bred to appreciate a mile and beyond, and he's going to get back in the run, right? So he's opened 360, 370, and the market's just right against it, Tom, for a horse that's going to settle back in the field. He's out to $5 now. I think that's if he lines up, I assume he's lining up. I'm a little bit worried that he might be coming out, Tom. Such is the drift from this stable, who don't muck around, do they? When they put the money on, they're normally pretty accurate.
Usually, if the bookmakers catch wind of a horse being scratched, mate, they wind him in, so they can get bigger deductions. So we'll see how we go. But the market late's going to be really interesting there.
Yeah, well, it's going to get off the speed and Blake Shin, but there is a bit of pace on Orion, the Hunter, Devil's Light, and Robert River all go forward. So I expect it to be genuinely run. If they can make ground, I certainly think Wolfie can win first up. Because be honest, our 2-year-olds in Victoria are substandard at the moment. So this guy looks pretty good, and I'm happy to be with him.
There you go, race 1, number 10, Wolfie. We get to later in the program. We've got a 1x3 each way, something to win triple the place play on race 6, number 9, Tycoon Jenny, mate.
Yeah, one that our subs had a clean up on, Tom, on debut, $8 or $9 there at Pakenham, and I've found it again. There's a few reasons. It's going to go forward here at Caulfield. Yendall replaces We Remove Pin. I don't think it loses anything there. Yendall doesn't ride for Greg often. Greg doesn't have too many on-speed horses either, and he takes the ride here. So I think it's a like for like. Steps up to Metro Fillies grade from a maiden win, which is really hard to do, isn't it? And from synthetic to turf. So, but I think Greg's got a really nice filly on his hands. She did it at both ends there at Pakenham, ran really fast time and was surging through the line. So she'll find the top here with Yendall. I think it's a nice play, provided the track's better than a soft 6, and I think it's going to be. So she doesn't like the wet ground at all. She's shown that in the jump out. So I think it's a filly that she can win there on Saturday, and she's good odds around that $14.
Yeah, I think the biggest query there is the synthetic to turf, Glenn. Did she? I assume she trialled on the turf.
She did, but it was on a heavy 10, Tom, and she
right.
really floundered. She struggled. So I think the stable like her, and she goes pretty good.
That's why you're getting a price, I guess, Glenn. At double figures, $14 there a play. I'm just recapping my bets because I didn't put the graphics up. So race 1, number 3, at Rosehill, Diamond Diesel. Race 5, number 2, Brunel, My Best. And race 9, number 8, Omni Man, mates. It's been a pleasure. Get back to the footy. I don't really want to say go Bombers, but good luck. And I don't like Bulldogs either, so that's fine. Thanks again to all the people that have checked out the new website. Head over to www.thetrialfiles.com. Good luck, mate.